Luolun sonko fitino ngasiño lo torani.
Yo sorry man, domestic violence dama bokk ak moom ci benn néeg. No bul ma jekk, domestic violence dafa jaar ni man ma jaari ne. No more, say no to domestic violence. No more, dañ bokk doole and fight it. No more, say no to domestic violence. No, it's our responsibility ñun ñëpp ñu ànd xeexandoo domestic violence in your society. Ku nekk ak sa family bu kenn di xeex bu kenn xuloo nañ waxtaan ba juboo bu forcé kenn si lu ko neexul bul ak without a consent mun nga ko kañ emotional like mentally kon bul di door te bul di saaga def ko ndànk aduna du doole xel la kon suñ buggee créer dëkkuwaay bu wér te wóor nañ dàq domestic violence si suñu boor yow mi violate jigéen xanaa duy sorale jaboot gu ndaw gi yëpp si yow la ñuy royee xale bi ngay door ngeen noon nga ko yare xanaa xamuloo ne confident am ngay demee.
Assalamu alaikum to our esteemed viewers. In case you are joining us, this is Gambian Talent TV, and this program is named as Bankola Kuwo, which will be coming on this platform on every Thursday at this time. And in this program, I have two of my colleagues who are joining me in this program, and they are Yaya Bayo and Modu Lamin Chuk. I will just allow them to introduce themselves to our esteemed viewers, then we will just kickstart the program. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you very much, Maka, for inviting us, me here personally, to be part of this national discussion. Thank you. My name is Yaya Bayo.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, esteemed viewers. This is Mudlamin Job. The usual guy. It's always a pleasure to, of course, share platforms with my colleagues, and I'm very happy to be here, and I will take you through some of the trending issues in the country, as we all know what's currently happening in the Gambia. But then, I guess Marcus will have a lot in store for us today, and then stay tuned as we discuss a whole lot of things here. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. As Mori just said, we have a lot of issues to discuss, but program is based on time. And then, as you may know, the trending issue in the country right now is the tragic loss of lives of young people who are embarking on this backway journey to Europe. And most of them are from Bakau, which has been a venue whereby youths are taken on this perilous journey to Europe. And this week, at least dozens of them, including boys and girls, men and women, were on that boat that capsized on this Mediterranean Sea. Some said it was around Senegal, but what we know is they were traveling to Europe, and then most of them lost their life. And some of these people were breadwinners of their families. Some are young people, kids, who are expected to be in schools, but because of the rising cost of living, as they said, is forcing a lot of youths to embark on this journey. And then, Bayo, you are a youth man in this country. How do you view this migration issue that is affecting the country, especially the youths? We have seen that for the past years, we have seen a lot of Gambian youths have embarked on this journey. Some of them lost their lives, and some of them managed to travel to Europe, but still now the problem is existing, no solution.
All right, thank you very much, Maka. I think personally this has been, migration is an issue. It has been here, I think, since we were not born. But it has went to a level where it's scaring, one can say, because before the change of government in 2016, most of us were even thinking that this is caused by Jaume, and then we were all against it, and then I can say it with confidence that it's even worse than during the Jaume's time, because I think during all of us, during the campaign in 2016, we were all saying that we want to stop the bad way. We want our youth, our fellow youths, so that they can they will not go the bad way. We want to install this government, and then there are a lot of promises though, and then we can see let's say every 30 minutes, even 1 hour, you hear a boat has taken is either from the north or south going to this back way, and then like most of us will say these are young people, maybe they have lost the faith in their own country, and that is the right word. They have totally lost the faith in their own country, because some people even put it this way: there are a lot of opportunities here. Yes, there are a lot of opportunities here. Maybe like you got the opportunity to go to school, and then maybe you have some connection. Maybe your parents have some connections, and then that have taken you to that level, and then your life is okay. But what about somebody like that doesn't have that opportunity? Let's put ourselves in their shoe, and we will realize that yes, definitely these people are suffering. Because I was reading one of script online this morning. It's talking about one of the guy that passed away on this journey to Bakau. I think he's the only breadwinner of that family. Wow. Understand? Yeah. And the mother was saying this, like he is the one putting food on the table for them. So what is their fate right now? Understand? Because they don't have that basic education, and they don't have the skills. And even like people that we should provide skills for these people. Yeah, it doesn't stop there. After them having those skills, what is their fate again? Like for example, if you go to university or you go to any of the tertiary institution, you have your degree. After having your degree, what is your fate again? This is where the government should look into. Understand? So we all understand that government cannot do it alone. Understand? But like, is there any avenue created by government or any private sector or any individual that can say yes, after this after my tertiary education, or let's say, or after acquiring this particular skill, I am employable, and then I have a market there's already a market that after my school I'm going to stay. There is no. Even like, for example, some will even say, even if government is not employed, yes, but at least there are basic needs that are provided. And that is lacking in this country.
Yeah, Modu,
yes.
He said desperation and then lack of confidence and hope in the country among youths. That is why they are embarking on this journey to Europe. Do you think, are they just embarking on this journey to look for better life in the Europe, or they just want to travel to the West, and then as they normally see on social medias when one of their friends are there, taking nice pictures and then making some good amount of money, sending it back home?
Makasuba, thank you for that wonderful question. Of course, I've heard what Bayo said, and that cannot be discounted, the issue of them lacking, confidence in their own government. It's rather unfortunate that people of this country would actually lack confidence where they actually came from. But then again, there is more to, this migration issue. It's not only about they don't have hope in the government or whatever, but sometimes some people don't actually have hope on themselves that they can actually make it in this country, even though we all knew we have limited opportunities for the youths. If we are to be realistic, not to politicize everything, there has not been any platform or resources where youths can actually call on or hope onto to actually make their lives better, So, but then recently we've seen some little or very minimal development with the issue of instilling skills in youths at the tertiary level or anywhere. But then the issue of this migration, Makasuba, I will tell you, the government is not that much serious about it, right? Hadn't been they were serious about this migration issue, we could have actually coped this since like 5 years ago, because during Jammeh days people were going, and in fact Jammeh, with all his brutality or whatever, at some point he was trying to stop this Bagwe issue, right? Even though he could not stop it forcefully, but then he wasn't accepting people to be sent back home, even though they use illegal migrants to go to Europe. But then what happens in this government, and that is actually discouraging, like youths are migrating, right? Fine. they will endure all the hardship in the Mediterranean Sea and get to Europe. Some few years later, some will get deported back. The government will not take any stance of it, with that, and they will accept those people. Jammeh, with all his ruthless, we've never seen anywhere, at any given time, that Jammeh accepted immigrants from Europe being sent home back here. He will tell them that's where they belong to. And you all need to know migration is, of course, is a national issue. It's a global freedom that anybody can migrate, right? But then now, the Gambia government, if they are very serious about these youths, I hope they could have actually tried to create, work employment, opportunities whereby these youths can go and work. You don't need to go to school to work in your country, right? You can be, at the madrasa graduate. You don't even need to be like a degree holder. Like biology, some will come with their degrees. At the end of the day, they will not have work. But we just need to set up a system whereby we got to be creative enough to actually, accord everybody all the little opportunities that they can actually benefit from while staying in this country. And like you also made mention of, probably some may take the journey because they have seen their colleagues taking good selfies in big supermarkets, in, good, nice restaurants, putting on nice clothes, not knowing most of those people definitely they are going through a lot. Not all that glitters is gold, right? Some of them, in fact, they don't even have papers. But then they will be on social media taking good photos. You will think, oh boy, this guy, his life is good. Well, no, he's not. He's just trying to show the other part of it. So the notion I believe in is that, we can, you just need to believe in yourself, right? I'm not saying everything has to be put on government, even though the government has the great responsibility to make so all her citizens, if not all of them, but at least 75% above, have been employed or create certain things that they can actually get something from that will actually give them some glimpse of hope that they can stay and make it in this country. As Barham would actually say in one of his songs, that taking mean taking. Traveling doesn't mean you get rich. You can actually make it in this country if you work, right? I think we also need to understand that aspect. Not everything is in Europe. We have people here that are way more richer than those that are in Europe, So I'll be only young, but let me reserve my comments here and then as the time goes.
Yeah, one thing also, Bayo, when you look into the issue of migration, it boils down to even the education system of this country. Do you think also the type of education that we are giving to the young people in schools is also contributing to people, like young people taking on this journey? Some of them even are graduates. You see, some of them are even working. We have seen teachers and other civil servants who embark on this journey to travel to Europe. Is it that the type of education that we are giving to the young people is a contributing factor to this thing? Because we base on our education on theory aspect. There's no skill or practical aspect that we offer our children in school.
Yeah, I think that's as previously said. I think that one, educationists will say we have to change our way of education system, the way we put our education system in this country. We have to change it. Yeah, like going to university or going to TASET and let me say, go to GTTI, MDI, and most of these TASET institutions in the country. So my question is always said, after your graduation, that's the problem. And you see, most of them after finishing their college education, because last time there was a graduate, a nurse from the Gambia college. He embarked on this journey. So, and he's a graduate. Why is he embarking on that journey?
Yeah. Sometimes I used to say this thing like, you will see a graduates. Some of them are even working, but the issue is they didn't have any skill.
Yeah,
all that depend on is academics, theory.
That's where I'm coming.
The moment you have issue where you are working, or like, for instance, if there are some disasters like when Corona hit, you have some working places laying off their staffs. If you happen to be part of those people and then you don't have any skills, so it will lead you to live in your country to seek for opportunities in other countries.
Yeah, that's fine. There is this saying that said, no matter how beautiful, how colorful you make your cake, if it doesn't taste well, it's useless.
It's somehow full.
Understand? Yeah. So now, the issue of this, no matter how well, how you are skillful, or you happen to learn that particular skill, but if you don't have those the means of exercising that skills, the avenue or the place that you want to
You can
exercise
explore them, yeah.
So what is the use of that skill? That's what is happening in this country. Understand? You see people, you say this guy is well skilled in this particular area. Right now, who's going to give you contract? If you don't have contract, what will you do? Because I remember I know a friend, very skillful guy, and he's an auto mechanic. You understand? After studying his mechanic, you know what? He's in this country, despite everything, he doesn't know what to do. He went on back way.
Wow.
But now he's there, working in a factory, auto mechanic factory,
MashaAllah.
and making his money. So do we have those things? And it hadn't been that there is no back way. What is going to happen? It's either he will be in the house, his mother or father is feeding him there, and then at the end of it, that's why most of these people, they don't even want to get married, because they are thinking of that responsibility. Where am I going to take care of my wife if I happen to get married, if I have kids, the school fees, and not of these things. And those people that are sitting there, they don't understand this. You understand? When people talk about this thing, they think that like you don't love them. You understand? But they don't know, because they are not wearing that shoe. If they are wearing that shoe, they will know, because even their kids are not wearing that shoe. You understand? Like if you go to, let's say, if you go to a provincial area where where we came from, understand? During our school days and the way we struggle, and most of the way that it's quite different. It's quite different. Understand? Sometimes you come here, and those people that are having opportunity, that are staying here, and they are having the opportunity because their fathers, or I'm not demoralizing anybody, but their fathers or aunties have connections. At the end of the day, they feel like nothing is happening. Understand? So people like if they come here and see like this was my classmate, and then now he's working here, and then for example you remember that I'm the one who is beating him in class. Understand? And then you see him working in a very high profile institution, and then he's living large, and then you think about yourself, you see this opportunity, you will go.
Yeah.
That's the hard fact.
Most definitely.
I understand. So we as the individual, we are the youth of this country, I think we are, I can say, partially happy. You understand? We are not happy. And then like some people will even connected to my man's hashtag, but I'm not trying to whatever. That is his opinion, and then he can say everybody is happy. Yes, that is his opinion, and then but we can tell not everybody is happy. Yes, because the reason why because if you go to Bakau right now, because I saw a child that is to even 10 or 15 years. He took this back way. Where are the parents?
A young boy. I think,
and they know.
I think parents
we have an issue.
To play.
We have a migration crisis in this country. But what is the problem is, we thought that Jammeh was the problem for this country. We thought that Jammeh was the problem. And then actually Jammeh was not the problem. Understand? We are the problem, because even the one that let me put it this way, because I'm very careful because we are the one who said the reason why our promising young boys and girls are taking this back way is because there is no opportunity. Jammeh locked all the doors, and we came back in 2016 and opened these doors. And a few people entered and they closed, and it's even worse, and it will get worse. If you don't mind, even this night, some people they are already going to on that back way. This night.
So Modu, you mentioned in your earlier that migration is a human right, which is fact. But we've seen recently that the immigrations, they are arresting some boats, and then even those would be migrants.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a better solution to cope migration in this country, to stop people from embarking on this country? What should the government be doing to ensure that youths will just stay in the country and they will not even have that desire to leave this country for greener pasture?
Good. One of the things or the options I think the government needs to implement is creating factories and employ young people. But the issue of intercepting boats that are sailing, going through this illegal migration, fine, it probably might minimize it, but it can't stop it 100%. Come on, this sea is so big for that, man. So you can't see every, boat going, sailing the river. They don't have those equipments. They don't have those capacity to actually get control of these things. Even though they've deployed 1 million, Navy boats in that sea, people will still take the illegal migration and go to Europe. I'm not encouraging illegal migration. It's not good. Right? Even you go to the West, people are going to America through Nicaragua way, the Mexicans. So like I said, it's more of a
even Gambia and Senegalese.
Exactly, it's more of a global thing, Yeah. So I think for the government to actually put a stop to this, let them create more factories and employ youth. For a nation to develop, you actually need to consider the youth. But the issue is our old people, with all due respect, our elderly people, they always want to, overstay in positions. If you serve for maybe, let's say, 5-10 years, it's quite enough. You can give chance to other people. Let young people also come and do their things, right? If you have the human resources, fine. You can be behind the scenes, still, adding ideas and policies to the program that actually can, help the country grow. But here the issue is most civil servants or civil officers are themselves and their families. I think that's one of the things that's actually retarding this country. Like I said, we also have what we call attitudinal problem, But for instance, if we are so selfless and think of our country, the Gambia, first, I think the country will move to the next stage. And then you come to think of it, when we said elderly people wanted to overstay in power, but you tend to realize now that, the people that we believed in, our intellectuals, are the ones, in fact, trying to change things for us now. They are actually sending a message that it's going to be very hard for us to actually believe in them. Now we are trying to balance these two sides, like the intellectuals, the young intellectuals, and the elderly intellectuals. Even though experience matters a lot, but then now you as an intellectual, if you are not sending good message to society out there, if you are not portraying or leaving a good legacy, that people will lose trust on you. And then the funding but then now if those funding case how corruption saga, the alleged stealing of the recent $1 million from the UTG water endowment funds is a gallery example of youth soul mampari. Even though alpha overstated, but it seems the youth soul fan mampari. And so we just need to work on our attitudes in a Bankola Kuwo rather than
but Modi said that for youths, but as the common saying goes, that the government cannot do it alone. So looking at the state of security of this country also, which could be another factor that will drive away some big business people to come and invest in this country. Do you think this also is a contributing factor that is causing the rise in youth unemployment in this country, which is forcing some of the young people and even the older people live in this country to seek better life in other countries, in Africa and in Europe?
Yes, I think if you look at the inflow of our money in this country, like the way the money is, especially our expenditure and our revenue analysis, you look at it like all this money are in this country here. You will ask yourself this question: is all this money in this country, especially all these scandals that you are hearing? You ask yourself, this country can create a lot of job opportunities by what is that? By creating avenues that how do you call, like factories that can employ, let's say, as the famous Barrow government will say, like we want to employ this year about 1,500. We want to create 1,500 jobs, and actually it is possible. It's possible if we are serious about it. It's very possible. Understand? By what Modu said, we can if we have, let's say, this institution. For people like me, if you have an institution in CRR, me I will go back to CRR. Why should I be here? I will apply there. When they hire me, I will stay in CRR. I have my immediate family there. You go to Basse, and then December you go to North Bank. You have factory. What is it? So it's going to be very, very easy for people. This even rural urban migration. Understand? It will. But look at in urban areas, it's densely populated. Everybody want to come because there is nothing happening in the rural area. Just recently, kudos the borough because they have annexed college at the Basse, and then which have also limited that rural urban migration. And the same, I think that it should be the same standards with the Gambia college here at the Brikama campus.
Supposedly.
You understand? So if those things are, like for example, if you have another college and not bank, like people like Marka will not come here. Understand?
Yeah.
And if you have in CRR, people like us will not come here for our education. These are some of the things that we need to create.
Yeah, I think this is the
you understand?
difference.
And also in terms of the security that you are talking about, yes, if I have my millions, understand? And then I should be stupid enough. Understand? Having my million, I know that the security is very porous. Why should I come and invest? I don't have stable electricity.
It will be risky.
Understand? You remember that electric outage here, and then you know how many people, lots of people, their food were spoiled.
Yeah.
Understand? So, but now these are some of the things that we need to hold government accountable. But it's waste of time. If you want to do it, who are you going to report to? Who are you going to report to?
That's why the anti-corruption commission is very key in this country.
So that's the problem.
And then the difference between Africa and some of these Western countries is like the decentralization of resources, national resources, which is not happening in most of African countries.
Indeed.
And Gambia is not an exception. If at all there was decentralization of these natural resources to other parts of this country, this rural urban migration would have been another issue that people would not be having problem with. But we've seen the incident in Bakau since it happened. We haven't seen any statement from the government, the Foreign Affairs Ministry. We haven't seen the president giving a statement. Even a loss of one life in your country is a big issue that needed the government to react. But we haven't seen the government issue even a press release to send their condolences and then give solutions to this migration issue. How do you see that kind of situation from the government?
Makasuba, it's rather unfortunate that we endure in this, and then we are offering our deepest condolences to the families. And then we pray that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant all the departed souls Jannatul Firdaus. This is so low of the government of the Gambia. At least not one, not two, but many lives has lost in the sea. And it's their responsibility to issue at least, the least they can do is to release a press release and then to actually send some condolences to the family. And also look for ways that they can actually compensate these family members, because these are Gambian people and their families has been paying tax. It is the responsibility of the Gambia government to actually create jobs for their citizens. If they are not competent, the best thing they can do is to tell the Gambian people, look, do this and that. Here is your government. That
will be too cheap.
Exactly. Right? No, I'm telling you. Even the thing here, the government is not proactive, Makasuba. I'm telling you this because probably maybe all of them, shifted their focus on the UN Assembly or whatever, because I've seen a whole lot of intrigue there. So probably that forget about there are millions of, a lot of people died in their country, and they probably forgot to, issue a press release or whatever to address. But then it's just crazy.
The press release is in progress. Very soon you will see it.
Well, But it's sad though, and it's, anyway, you know,
It is
they
in
have actually,
progress.
acted on time, you know, because those people at this point, they're in their grieving moment. So at least if they had at least a word from the government could actually, boost their morals a little bit, you know, I think. But then, like I said, the government is not proactive. That's the hard fact. I mean, let them deal with.
Also, in the North Africa, in a country called Tunisia, there are some Gambians who are in a very terrible situation at this time. I think even yesterday, this Medium published a story on them, whereby their makeshift camp was set on fire. So still now, these people have been sending their concern on social media for the government to take steps, but still now we haven't seen any press release, any statement from the government indicating that they are taking steps to ensure that these people are either repatriated to the country or given another alternative to stay there or leave, because it is concerning. And then how do you see these kind of issues
migration
to Gambians?
Yeah, thank you, Margaret. Migration is very complex. And then, like, you are asking whether government, you don't see government publishing any press release, sending their condolence to the family. And Bakau is under their nose here.
Yeah.
You understand? So this one is in Tunisia. I think they will be easier to send condolence to these people and find out what has happened than in Tunisia. So I think as Modi said, I know they were very because General Assembly and most of them are there. But that doesn't stop. The whole Ministry of Information is there, and then we have seen our doctor populating whatever is happening at the UN Assembly there in New York, and then also the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is the one responsible for all of this, even this migration issue. I think he was one time asked about this data, how many Gambians are leaving from this country to, let's say, Italy, Germany, and Spain, understand, through this back way. And he was saying that, like, it's a very complex issue, and then actually they don't have a data for it, but they are working.
Data issue is a big concern.
It's a big one. So now that's setting fire on these people camp. Right now, government cannot even tell you how many Gambians are in that camp. That fire incident, is there any casualty connected to Gambians? They cannot. They cannot tell you. So I think it's only individuals like our famous migration guy Ibrahim can tell you what is even happening in terms of migration than even the government of this country. So I think that is very scary. Understand? Like, if your citizens are going out, understand, you give less attention to them. Understand? As Modi just said at the beginning of the program, Jammeh will tell you that yes, these are my people, but they are not from here. But he knows how many people. Sometimes not actually knowing that these are the number of people that go in. That is very difficult. But everybody was against Jammeh. Even us sitting here, everybody was against him because of this back way. We said he was the problem. That's why people are leaving. But now, my question is, Jammeh is not here. Why is it that still now people are going on backward? And we have alleged that Jammeh is the problem. So in conclusion, you will say that Jammeh is not the problem. We are the problem. Where are those promises that we made? Where are those allegations that we made against Jammeh? Where are those ones? Are they true allegations? Or are we working for ourselves? This is the question that we need to ask ourselves. Forget about the whether government doesn't. Maybe it's in progress. Maybe they are writing it. Very soon you will see it. When they are from the today, I think the president will make his statement in General Assembly. From there, they will send the press release.
We will even discuss about the president's statement, but that would be in our subsequent programs. In case you are joining us, this is Gambian Talent TV, and then today we are discussing on the tragic loss of lives of some Bakau youths who were embarking on this backway journey to Europe. But as you know, this is Bankola Kuwo, where we discuss so many issues. And then today our topic is based on the boat capsize of that was where some Bakau youths were on it traveling to Europe. But as you may know, our under 20 also are kicked out of from the UAFO A Championship yesterday by Sierra Leone. Modu, you are a sport
Our sports pundit.
Yes. So how do you see this under 20 team that was in Liberia?
Makasuba, this team, anyways, congratulations to them for making it to there. I mean, you know, it's not difficult. I used to play football and I know how it feels to play 90 minutes in the pitch. It's not an easy thing. But also, every footballer took so much pride in representing their clubs or nations, right? So I think the team that I've seen played in Liberia in this WAFU A-Zone team so far, since the inception of Gambia under 20 participating in such league, that's my perspective, yeah? They are the worst team. With due respect to everybody there, my colleagues, I have a lot of friends in the team, the players and everybody, but this team, how they played, I haven't seen them going anywhere. Like, there is no system. There is no transition. These people cannot even hold the ball like for 2, 3 or some seconds. It's rather unfair. They were not able to connect the dots and then play beautiful football. And goal scoring has been an issue in that team. You know, we have some very good individuals players, right? But when you play against other teams, they got. I mean, the entire team compared Gambia to other teams in this tournament. You tend to realize that we have, I mean, individual talents amongst ourselves. But then now the thing is connecting those talents. I mean, making it so fruitful. That has been the issue. Could you imagine? You're going to win a single game. They made it to the semis with 2 points. That doesn't sound well about the Gambia, you know. Knowing that we have a better record than all the teams we played against in this tournament. So I think this under 20, like Bojangava, he actually need to look into his team very well and then do the screening again, so in case there are supposed to be any tournament in this league again, because this is not the players that we think can actually give us, a silverware or in fact a goal in this tournament. Because Gambia, to be honest, we have a very good track record in the WAFU A zone. I mean, you think of the Kajalis when they came, the Adama Kantes, you know, Rashid Njais, you know, they have a very good tournament.
I said to myself that these players, maybe they lacked zeal, and then this was an opportunity for them to
market themselves. Got teams out there.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen that. I mean, the coach also put in his tactics, but then it didn't actually work out, because you also the press conference what he said. I mean, the boys were tactically indisciplined. I mean, they need to listen to the coach, focus, play the formation that the coach gave you, you know. But you cannot be there to be playing highlights, you know. You cannot. Hey, break and pass is a basic thing in football. If you cannot break and pass the ball, quit football. You can't play. You can't be a good footballer. Right? I'm not trying to disrespect them, but these are things that actually are basic things in football. Break and pass. Everybody can, even Makasuba, you can do that. Right? If you cannot do it, forget about it. Understand? If you want to be a poet and you cannot even write a single sentence, what are you going to say? How can you be a pastor? You cannot read a single sentence in the Bible. It's quite impossible. So I think the team, we need to look into this team very well. We need to look into it very well and then try to select the players that we think can actually go there and represent us and bring us trophies. Like, I'm quite disappointed with their performance overall in the tournament, but nevertheless,
yeah, I think they played only 3 games. They drew 2,
and they lost the other one. So it is what it is. So
Bayo, you must have watched the game yesterday, or read about the results. What is your view about the team? Do they deserve second chance? Do you think they deserve to be maintained, or this team just need to be, let go and then we scout for new players?
I think It was one of the poorest tournaments that, as Modi said, our under 20s have ever played that I'm aware of. Like I think on our, if we look at our football history, I think our junior Scorpions are the best setups that the Gambians have ever produced.
Since 2005,
yes,
yeah.
If you come to the under 17, up to the under 20, and even under 23s, understand? Maybe we have small issue with the senior national team.
Yeah, and then those people
are
progressing
also
now.
Coming up. But if you look at it yesterday, I was watching it and then I stopped. I said, let me save my megabytes. Because the kind of football that I'm seeing, I feel like with the Warga we normally play at Boyo Field here.
Yeah.
So, but it's very, to be candid, it was a very bad game. I don't know what, but they were even lucky because what happened is, because I think in the group there was 4 teams.
Yeah, I think
Mauritania withdrew from the, so that's why lucky to be qualified. If not, they have played, maybe we will not even will qualify. Now they are going for the third place, third place. We'll see what will happen again against, is it Guinea? Against Guinea. Because Senegal and Sierra Leone are going to the finals. And then
the team that Senegal, the team they,
it's Guinea. It's Guinea. So they are Gambia and Guinea are looking for the third place. Let's see how whether they are going to play another Warga game for us.
Hopefully, they bounce back from their horrible performance.
We are missing them because if you look at the pass on the 20, the under 20, they did well because like people like Kajali, you have the Bakari Jawara, and he's my guy, and then Bakari Jawara, and then but they play very good football.
What about the coach? There's no doubt that Lai Bojang is a good coach, but recently I think he played 7 games, including this Wafu championship, but there were a lot of draws, and then
I think.
Do you think he need to change the way he select players?
I think it matters a lot because he has been so strict in the player selection at the time, especially when he started. He's a very good coach, to be honest, and then I hope he can actually take this team to the next level with the right players. With the right players, I mean. But with these players, I think he actually need to look into it properly. I'm not trying to discredit them. They are very good footballers. But there are certain things that actually you need in the game. If you don't have it, people don't see your quality and they won't talk the good thing about you. And remember, they are not representing their clubs. The Steve Bicos, the Real de Banjuls, the Walidans, the Gamtel, this is the Gambia. So actually I think if you are representing a population of 2.4 or whatever million people, actually you need to put in the whole effort and make sure that you represent the badge. It's very important.
In fact, these kind of opportunities are one time in a life.
I'm telling you, look, I will tell you, players like, the Adama Kantes, the Rashid Jais, they have, international contracts or offers through this, WAFU A-zone tournaments and these international, games. So anybody playing there, I think this is a golden opportunity for you to grab it. Good, make a good performance. You find yourself a team out there, you go and play, and you get paid every end of month. Even though we know Gambia, we don't have a professional league. Our first division is not recommended as a professional league. So for you to be marketable, I think having that international platform, there is the only place that you can actually showcase your talent to the wider world. That actually offers will come. Scouts are everywhere in the world now, So I think they actually need to play a whole lot. But for Lai Bojang, I think he actually need to go back to the drawing board and then amend his mistakes, starting from the selection process, coming down to how he approached the game, Because like he said, he alluded earlier that some of his players were not tactically disciplined. So you need to make them understand, look, this is not what I asked you to do. Tell them what he needs. If they cannot actually cope with that, we have about how many players? It's more of a 30 squad or 20-something players. So omit some, you bring in some, and then give chance to other players as well. Not about the players that you feel like you like them, you have a good connection with them. Because there are allegations that he's recently been choosing players that he he's close to or teams that he's close to. I mean, but then that's not important here. What we want is a better Gambia national team, a better team that can actually bring trophy for the Gambia. That's what matters the most. If he wants, let him come to Gambian talents and pick Bayo, pick Sanyang or Makasuba, you go and play. All we need is let them play good football and bring trophy. That's what matters at the end of the day, you know. Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. That's all we have for you in this program. But in case you have a business that you want to, promote or advertise, then you can just contact us, and then we will do a better advertisement for you on all our social media platforms. And then we are operating 24 hours non-stop. The only online media house that is operating 24 hours non-stop is Gambian Talent. And then if you have a business, you can just contact our main man here, Bayo. And then maybe we will share his contacts on our social media platforms in case you have business that you want to promote and advertise. I've been your host in this program, Adama Makasuba, but before I will just end this program, I will just allow my guys to say their final words in today's program. Maybe we'll be having such kind of, programs every Thursday, same time. I will just I will just begin with Modu Job to say his final word.
Yeah.
Connect ak family bu ken di xex bu ken ko waxtaan ba juboo bu force ken sulu ko neexul bul kon sen mun nga ko kañ emotional like mentally kon bul di dorta bul di saga def ko ndanka aduna du dole xella kon suñ bëggee créer dëkkuwaay bu werta wóor nañ dàq domestic violence ci suñu boor yow mi violate jigéen xanaa du sorale jaboot gu ndaw gi yëpp ci yow la ñuy royee xale bi ngay door ngeen noon nga ko yare xanaa xamuloo ne confident am ngay demee jóg leen ñu support every victim of domestic violence xamal abuse ci li ju lu ñuy tolerate yo sorry man domestic violence duma bokk ak moom ci benn néeg no bul ma jekk domestic violence dafa jaar ni man ma jaari no more say no to domestic violence no more dañ bokk doole ànd fayde no more say no domestic violence nañ ko waxtaane jaadal xoolal suñu biir nañ dàq seytaane nañ dawal yërmande
Katunda mbala bijam Ninsitan kachata wasante mo bamandi Ninkachata wasantankani Barengumbale dani langana nyotorandi Victimolu alinge sembendi
Gachengalama Wasentin West African Center Seligere Penalol Lingeni Japale Victims of domestic violence